Greetings, everyone. This is the Rec Center Show on KSCW 103.1 FM. Your host, Gary Cohen. Our special guest today, Tamra Stark, our explorer's guru here at the Sun City West Rec Center. Welcome.
Thank you, Gary. As always, it's a pleasure to be with you. And I'm excited today about sharing with people some of the classes that are coming up in October, November, December. And if we have time, we'll touch a little bit on the 2020 classes for winter.
Sounds wonderful. So you've been busy. You have been busy.
It's been a great summer.
Yeah.
We just finished all the free classes for the summer. I'm sure there'll be some groaning in the audience over that, but I will be offering probably a couple of free classes in the winter, in addition to the classes that people pay for. And so coming up, though, right after this show airs, is a class with the Queen of Clean on October 22nd.
Very popular show.
And she's wonderful, and she does a great job. She can answer any question you have about cleaning, she can answer. And also, everybody who comes is going to get a free bed bug finder. Say that fast 10 times,
Free bed bug finder.
That's right. And in addition to that, of course, we have your class on October 21st on changes in news reporting and kind of your observations of how things have changed in the world of news reporting. So I'm excited to have you presenting a class as well, Gary.
Thank you.
And people, by the way, can always call me if they want to help with registration at 623-544-6194. Or you can go online to suncitywest.recsolutions.com, and Rec Solutions is spelled REC Solutions.com, and register yourself. But I'm always available to help you get registered if you're not able to do it online yourself.
And of course, from what I just recently heard, you actually had an instructional video.
Yes, you all will be the first to see this. It should be online by the time this show airs. And it will tell you, it's a step-by-step how to register for an Explore class. It's on our YouTube channel through the Rec Center. So I'm very excited about doing that as well.
And of course, with a lot of new people here, and every time I turn around, I see a face I've never seen before,
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, a lot of people moving in, a lot more people being active and engaged in the community, which is part of the reason that we do this program.
And of course, it was summer, but it wasn't quite. You had things going on, and now people are starting to come back. Are you ready for the next round of season?
I am. We have a meditation class coming up at the end of November, which is also a 4-week class learning different meditation techniques on Mondays. We also have a number of other things happening, including Marshall Trimble, who's the state historian who also sings, is going to be doing a class for us on Thursday, November 7th from 1 to 3. We also have a special class starting on the history and beliefs of world religions. It's a 4-week class as well, and that's going to be held on Friday mornings. And also on Friday mornings, we have a Writing Your Autobiography class starting. And we also have the tour of Luke Air Force Base, which unfortunately is full, but I am excited about maybe being able to offer it again next year. We were only allowed one tour this year, so if people want to pay attention, though, to that, I will be posting it next year as soon as we get permission to do it again. So please pay attention to what you see on Facebook and e-news. It does give you the opportunity to apply for something right away once it's up on the news.
What a great way to see that place up. We always see them flying overhead, but what a great close-up, right?
Yes, it is. And they only picked 27 groups to get a tour, so I felt really honored that we were one of the communities that's able to go and take that tour. The other thing that we have going on the 28th of October is a class on personal safety at home and in the community, which I think is really important for some of us, particularly if we're living alone, but even if we're not, about how to be safe in your home and how to also be safe when you're out walking in the community or driving. And I think she gives some great tips for that particular class.
Could I ask you, would that include maybe even if you have any physical disabilities to make it literally physically safer, like perhaps putting in handles in a shower stall?
I don't know that she's going to speak as much about how to not fall in the home, just kind of what you're talking about, more about the personal safety with having your doors locked and your windows checked and things. She probably will mention that, but it's more about the physical safety. The other thing we're doing is we have 2 bridge classes starting, one on a Saturday morning about bidding and bridge, and another one intermediate bridge, starting on Monday, October 26th, and the other one starts on Monday the 28th, and the other one is on Saturday the 26th. We also have a fun class starting on playing darts. We have a class going right now, and it was so popular we decided to offer it again, so that'll be happening in early November. And for the first time, we're offering a class on preventative golf cart maintenance, which will be on November 6th. And we're going to be doing it over at ARC. They actually have a little lift for golf carts, so people can come in and learn how to do your own maintenance on your golf cart. And then we also have a number of other things happening with hikes this fall. I try to do a hike every fall and every winter at the Hacienda, the White Tanks, and Lake Pleasant in order to give people a sense of the wonderful surroundings that we live in here. Okay. And so the Hacienda hike is on Thursday, November 14th. The Lake Pleasant hike is on Tuesday, November 19th. And the White Tank hike is in early December on December 4th on a Wednesday. And that's a great way for you to learn about the parks. All of them are ranger-led, so you learn a great deal about the topography, about the vegetation, about the critters, as well as the archaeology of the area.
And the weather is just absolutely perfect.
It is, yes.
For that.
And the other class that we have great fun with is a nighttime class on stargazing in the park, and that's going to be held on Thursday, November 7th over at Beardsley Park. And we'll start right at sunset with a presentation about what you're going to see in the night sky, and then the opportunity to look at different aspects of the sky through 4 different telescopes.
I'll tell you, it's great when you take the time to see what, I mean, you walk out at night.
Yes.
It's mesmerizing. It's a celestial tapestry. It's unbelievable, right?
It is. Yes, it is. And you learn a great deal at this. Plus, it's kind of a fun way to spend an evening at Beardsley Park, in addition to going for the movies and the concerts.
Do you have holiday connected
I have a
classes?
few holiday things. I have 2 floral arranging classes, one for Thanksgiving and one for Christmas. I'll talk first about the Thanksgiving, which is the Monday before Thanksgiving on the 25th from 9:30 to 11:30. So you'll be making your own fresh table arrangement. And the same is true for Christmas or Hanukkah, where you can make a fresh table arrangement on Saturday, December 21st from 9:30 to 11:30. So people from the local floral shop, Thompson's Floral, will be teaching the class. And we also will include a little bit of wine and snacks with the class.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you taken a look into the magical 2020 as yet?
Oh, yes. I have a number of things lined up for 2020. It's going to be quite an exciting, in addition to all the fitness classes that will continue, I'm also going to be doing some, as I said, the hikes we'll be doing again. I'm also having Vinny back to do a class on the Rolling Stones and also one on Pete Seeger. So those will be fun in January. And then I also have a number of cooking classes. We'll be doing mushroom classes again, which have been very popular. We'll be doing Japanese cooking. And I also will be doing probably either dim sum and maybe a class on making kombucha.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yes, it's lots of fun. I'm really enjoying it. We'll also have a number of history classes, including the history of the Hopi, the Navajo, and the Pima. Also, we'll be having a class with on the ancient ones, which will really be kind of a view of who were the ancient peoples that lived here and how did that evolve into some of the tribes that we hear about now, like the Hohokam and others, presented by a woman who's also a docent at the Heard Museum.
I'll tell you, when you think about our ancients, there are days, maybe the days when it's 118 degrees, when I'm thinking, how did they survive? Literally, how did they survive?
Yes,
we know how we do it, air conditioning, easy, but how did they do it? These towns didn't fold up. They lived in the elements that we hide from.
That's right. And some of it was by the way in which they created housing for themselves that was a little bit cooler. But yes, I'm sure that's part of the reason that they camped out in the White Tanks and near the Hacienda, because they at least had access to water and cooler places right near the water.
And you see these cliff dwellings. I mean,
yes.
Incredible stuff.
They're
all around us,
remarkable.
right? Not far from us.
They're really.
We have a lot of history here in Arizona, different history. You know, you have the Native American history. Yes. You have the Mexican influence.
Yes.
You know, so many different influences here, wherever you turn.
Well, that reminds me, that might be a class I want to bring back. I did have a class last year on why they came to Arizona, which really looked from ancient peoples to the current migration of people as to why people came to Arizona, what attracted them, why did they stay, where did they come from, what culture and beliefs did they bring with them. Yes.
And they all brought their culture here.
Yes, they did.
And we all came from somewhere. I even recently saw a sign in El Paso, Texas, that said that's the Ellis Island of the Southwest, where people are coming in. People used to come from overseas into New York's Ellis Island, but we have people coming here.
Yes,
in California and Texas and New Mexico. Our border with Mexico has been a door to people from other parts of the world as well.
Well, and in Phoenix, too, we've had a huge migration of people from Eastern Europe, from Arabic countries, from Africa, in some very interesting places, particularly people who've been going through different experiences with war or famine. And so, yes, we have now more of a melting pot in Phoenix than ever before.
Amazing. Let me ask you, I know I've talked to you about this before, but where do you get your inspiration for your ideas? You obviously have to do a lot of research, and you talk to a lot of people. I imagine that's a combination plate of how you come up with class ideas.
Well, I do a number of things. One is that I tend to repeat some of the things people have really liked. Also, I get ideas from people who attend classes who will send me ideas for either speakers or topics. And the other thing is I will go to sites like the Arizona Humanities Council and look for speakers that have topics that I think might be of interest in our community. You know, for example, Marshall Trimble was one of the people listed on their site. And then I was able to contact him as a potential speaker. The Queen of Clean, I had just heard about her, and I said, I think people would really enjoy that, and she's been a delight to work with, and so she's going to be coming out here regularly as well. And then the same thing with Jim Turner, who does a lot of the history classes for me, and he lives in Tucson, but he drives all the way up to teach classes, and he's going to be teaching a class this fall called The Shadow Catchers, which is a reflection of 150 years of photography about Arizona and the Southwest.
Can you imagine having dinner with the Queen of Clean? You better not drop a crumb,
exactly.
I bet, right?
She's actually very forgiving about things like that. So, yeah. And the other thing is I'm doing some technology classes next year. I'll be meeting with the group this week to talk about different topics. I am doing a fun class this fall for people who want to learn more about how to use food delivery apps and how to be safe with that on your phone, and also how to connect if you want to have groceries set up and delivered or just for pickup either at Walmart or Fry's or Safeway, how to do that. So we're having a fun class this fall on how to use food delivery apps. And I think there might be a surprise at the class about we might actually order something so people get the experience of how it not only how to order, but how it smells when it shows up.
Well, you know drone delivery is next, right?
Right? That's probably true.
Absolutely. Yes. Tamra, is there anything else you would like to add as we wrap up?
Just to remind people that if you need any assistance with registration, you can call me at 623-544-6194. The direct link, if you want to do it yourself, is suncitywest.recsolutions.com. That's recsolutions.com. And just have a great day. I look forward to seeing you at class soon.
Fantastic. You have been listening to the Rec Center Show on KSCW 103.1 FM. Your host, Gary Cohen. Tamra Stark, the head of the Explorers Club here at the Rec Centers of Sun City West. We thank you so much for joining us as always.
My pleasure, Gary. Thank you.
Talk to you all again soon.